I knew there were two crowds, all mixed together in one thing. All right. Oh, you're here for me? What'd I do to you? All right. Yeah, I was about 12 when my older brother took me to see the Beatles, and I wanted to be Ringo Starr. And then when I was about 18, I went to see a band at Freedom Palace. Who remembers Freedom Palace? Hey, hippies, okay, I remember that. And I saw Poco, and I thought, man, that's the kind of band I want to be at. Then I was about 20, and I'm dating this young lady, and she says, would you take me to the Cowtown Ballroom? Because she was a big fan of the nitty, gritty, dirty band. And I saw them, and my head went boom. And it turned out the guy I was working with, named Jim Blanton, played the fiddle. And his best friend for 100 years was John Nemo, who could play the banjo. And then he said his little brother Paul played the flat top guitar. So I started hanging with these guys. And after about a year, I said, let's start a band. I said, I know a guy named Steve Hall that owns a PA. We just gotta find a bass player. And John says, why don't I just teach the sound guy the bass? We don't have to pay for 6 people. I said, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of management I'm into. So, the first gig Riverrock ever did was July 4th, 1974, out at a farm where everybody got extremely wasted. And by the end of the night, we were using our booms on our mic stands as bazookas with bottle rockets. So, we were, kids. By that fall, we landed a house gig down in the River Key called a bar called Huck Finn's. I'm amazed you guys remember this. So, into our house gig, it's about December, and it's in the middle of an ice storm. We're on stage doing our usual stuff, and in walks John Mceuen. And we went, oh yeah. We're doing her stuff. Not as good as them. And our fiddle player, Jim, had a little fiddle on it that had a kind of an old man's head carved in it. And it looked a lot like Vassar Clement's fiddle. So John said, can I take a look at that? We were getting ready to take a break, and Jim says, well, why don't you get up and play it? The nerve of that Jim Blanton, what can I say? John did. He got up, played it, and stayed the rest of the night with us on stage. It was amazing. And then, when we were done, he said, what are you guys going to do now? We're like, well, what? We don't care. So he had a rental car. The dirt band was in town just kind of on a stop. They weren't playing that week. So he had a rental car. I got in the rental car, and I told him how to get to John's basement apartment about 59th and Harrison. Paul's with us, Steve's with us, Jim's with us, and we're down in that basement till almost the sun came up, talking, picking, having a great time. That's how we got to know John Mceuen. What better way to get to meet a guy like that? You know what I'm saying? So, we kind of stayed in touch. He came to one of our shows. We were doing a showcase in Denver about 1976. He came down. We kind of lost track of each other a little bit. And then he came to town when he was taking a break from the dirt band with a group called Runaway Express. And they were playing in the River Key at Parody Hall. And I happened to be the little trio that was opening the set. And as they were leaving from their sound check, John saw me get this out of my car. And he remembered. And he said, would you play that with us tonight? And I said, you bet I will. So I did, and we started talking. He found out I did a little booking, and he said, well, I'm doing some shows with Vassar Clements, and if you got any ideas, so my little booking agent brain started working what's going to happen. So I finally got him a gig at the old Northtown Opry on Armour Road, and they used a little band to do an opening set, and then we backed him up. And over time, I probably booked him, 5-6 times over those years, the 80s going into the 90s. I booked him at the Spirit Festival 3 times. The last time was with Vassar Clements. And backstage, we happened to bump into Maria Muldaur. And John said, would you get up with us? And she said, sure. So it was her and Basher and me and John and, Jonathan Mceuen, John's son, his oldest son, was there too. So this is on a big stage, and it just felt so amazing. We're having this kind of fun. So after a while, it got to be where we called, talked, or whatever, and sent an email. And at one time, he needed to know if I would help promote a show in Richmond, Missouri, at a place called the Fair Theater. It had been a long time since I'd been on stage with him. And it worked out real well, had a good time. So he made sure I was aware that he was going to be playing at Knuckleheads. It was the first time I'd ever even been to this place on a stage. It was right out there on that stage, on that patio stage. You had Craig Eastman on fiddle, and you had Matt Carsonis on guitar. And in that little period between sound check and the show, I said, John, would you mind running up to my house up on 8th Street when I was still living in Old Northeast and laid a few licks down on Riverrock's next down? He said, sure. So we did it. I got him in the can. History's made there, so we had a good time doing that, did the show. And so over the years, we've had all this fun, but it was always just me. And then in October, he asked if I had any other players. I said, well, just as it just so happens, since COVID, we hadn't really done any Riverrock. I said, but we just started up again doing a 3-piece thing with John and Paul and me. I said, how about we do this gig? So we did a gig in the Gospel Lounge. We had a real good time. So, once we get going on something that seems to work, we keep doing it. So he came back and said he's going to be coming in town for this date. He's getting ready to go down to Eureka Springs and have a good time with Rodney Dillard, and he's going to take Les with him. It's going to be a lot of fun for them, but I got to stay here and do another gig myself because I'm in show business. I got no time for messing around. I got to make my money. So anyway, here we are doing it again. Only this time we get to be Riverrock because we also have our friend Rick Harrelson out in the audience who's going to get up and sing with us too. So you just stick around, don't go nowhere, put up with the next few minutes, and then we'll have the big show. Oh, by the way, it's Red Friday. I expected more Chiefs fans than that for some reason. You ready, John? Ready, Paul?
Good night. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that story while you looked at this.
I thought you said 3 minutes, Dan.
On average. I like to round up or down. You ready to do something? Yeah. Joe, need the bass on if you would. This is just the way it went in rehearsal, folks. So don't be alarmed. We're gonna take care of the technical problem. Just for seconds. Say what? No request. This is your first job on stage.
Yeah. That's good. This is my first job.
Too many buttons. Pick it, Paul.
Well, these holidays now and then, what made you want to be that way? You cheated on me, and then you put rocks in my eyes. I found out that they's true. I hope someday you'll be blue, and then you'll know why I cry. Oh, really, rocks in my eyes. Well, I heard true. I hope someday you'll be blue, and then you'll be wide cry. But with these doubts in my eyes, take it time. Cause you wrecked my life, broke our heart, and you're gonna have to pay for it somehow. Oh, I found what they say is true. I hope someday you'll be blue, and then you'll be where I cry. With these drops in my big game. In my eyes, go with these drops in my eyes, go with these drops in my eyes.
And I'm only 70 years old.
It's silent pleasure.
Thank you.
We're going to play another song and then Danny's going to talk to us again for half an hour. I've been looking forward to that all week. Isn't this the coolest place to have a outdoor stage right over there, railroad tracks over here. Dan and I were here,
It was like 12 years ago, John.
no Dan, no, not 12 years. Anyway, the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, remember them? They were here on the outside stage. And they did a song called Chicken Train. Anybody remember that? So they do that song, and all of a sudden, out of the distance, here comes the chicken train. On the track, everybody started cheering as soon as that happened. There's no place like this in the world, so we're always grateful whenever we get to play here, and particularly with John Mceuen.
Oh yeah, he's on the show too.
Oh yeah. Greatest banjo player in the world as far as I'm concerned. Well, when he came to, came over to the basement apartment I was living in at the time, he showed me so many things on the banjo that I can never thank him enough for that. So I really look forward to playing it with him this evening. And, oh yes. We'd hate to go 2 songs in a row without hearing me sing both of them, so...
I could talk some more.
No, we're saving that up.
I've got stories.
Here we go. Stories. Tried to make you think that you see
kid here the Eagles. He played in Kansas City, then went down to Norman, Oklahoma. And the new kid in the band is a guy named Vince Gill. You remember? Whatever happened to him, huh? The last time I played the stage with John, it was with the regular circle band, and I made arrangements for a friend of mine, Ken Johns, to be up here. Who remembers Leroy Van? Yes, sir. I guess you got to be older than these people that remember. He turned 93 this year, and he's still doing shows. And I'm about to do one of his songs so that you wish you were having him here tonight. A tender love song. If I see you tomorrow on some street in town, pardon me if I don't say hello. I belong to another. It would look so good. Know someone I'm not supposed to know. Just to walk on by, wait on the I love you, but we're strangers when we just walk on by, wait on the curb. I love you, but we're strangers when walk on by, wait on the I love you, but we're strangers waiting. Just to walk on by, wait on the I love you, but we're strangers waiting. I love you, but we're strangers waiting. Listening to me, that song was 19 weeks at number 1 in 1962 on the country chart. I was 10, so and now, according to my list, Paul is going to attempt his next feat without a net.
I'm about to play the banjo with John McEwen this time.
If I can sing that, you can play that.
This is New Riders of the Purple Sage tune about marijuana, which I understand is now legal. Oh, you bet it is. I don't think it was at the time this song was written. Oh, Panama Red, everybody sing. said, hey Pedro, you're acting crazy like a clown. Nobody feels like working. Panama Red is back in town. Panama Red, Panama Red. They'll steal your woman, they'll rob your head. Panama Red, Panama Red. All the titles that we go, got a reason to town. Bitch, your woman's up in bed with old Panama Red. Everybody's looking out for him, knows that always satisfies. Little girls like to listen to him sing and tell sweet lies. Things that too confusing, honey. You're better off in bed. I'll be searching all the joints in town for Panama Red, Panama Red, Panama Red. They'll steal your woman, they'll rob your head. Panama Red, Panama Red. All the titles mentally old, freezing through town, and it's your ones up in bed with old. One more time, Panama Red, Panama Red, you steal your one and they'll rob your head. Panama Red, Panama Red, the crowd on the titles mentally old, freezing through town, it's your ones up in bed with old. Panama Red. He's only 19 years old.
Actually, when we were in Huck Finn in 1974, four of us were about 22, Paul was 16. And his parents, who were not together, had to take turns coming down being the grown-ups because Paul was 16. And he had to be 18 to work in the camera. After a few months of that, their attorney dad said, forget about it. And he had John become his legal guardian.
I ain't taking alcohol. Well, we'll have none of that now, will we, son?
John might send you to bed early tonight.
Earlier.
You know, that's not a bad idea the more I think about it. Going to bed early is kind of groovy. And now, remember that Ozark Man Deer Levels game we were talking about? How would we do one of their songs? song. It's your fault. I'm just trying to figure out why John's bass has gas. So where was I? Where did I leave off my story?
No, you covered it, Dan. You covered it real well.
There was this three-legged dog. Three-legged dog comes to town. The sheriff says, "Three-legged dog, I don't want no trouble out of you." Three-legged dog says, "Sheriff, I ain't gonna give you no trouble. I just want to get the guy that shot in my paw."
Good night. Thank you.
Wait,
And thank
there
you.
was this three-legged pig. Well, I can't do that one here. This is too classy a joint to be done. We're going to have our friend up after this one. This is by request. Oh, let's just do it.
There we go. I have to keep my tongue. 1, 2, 3.
So, 1978 rolls around. Jim Blanton and Steve Hall decided to go their separate ways. Don't know how old it is. So Paul had introduced us to this man who had a nice voice. And I said, let's have him in the band. And John said, that's a good idea. I said, all we need is a bass player. And he said, I'll just teach him the bass. I think there's a pattern here, you know what I'm saying? I think finally he gave up and everybody said, he's going to play the bass. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rick Harrelson.
Thank you, folks. What a great bunch we got here tonight. What do you think, guys?
Pretty good.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
I don't see any older than you though, Rick. I'm just
I think I'm the oldest one in the building. Probably older than the building.
In 1980, we went down to Nashville with Rick and recorded an album called Midwest Man. Yeah. That's the one we sold right there. Thank you for your time patronage.
You don't want a refund, do you?
No refund, sorry. Anyway, we're going to kick off with one that was on that record. Tennessee Girl featuring Mr. and Mrs. Rick Harrelson and the whole family.
Spent a long hot summer down in Dallas. The sun didn't shine like it does in Tennessee. And all that woman tried to show me how to forget you. But the love I left with you was all I had in me. The air was clean in the fall in Colorado. I thought I fell in love a time or two. But I can't even remember what they tried to tell me. 'Cause all I thought about was coming home to you. Tennessee girl, won't you take me in? I'm tired of traveling, I'm tired of sin. Tennessee girl, won't you take me back again? I ain't held you close since I don't know when. Oh, Tennessee girl, won't you take me back again? It rained all winter long in San Francisco, and the ocean wind was cold on her and me. She was sweet and said I'd like to love you. California ain't the place I want to be. Spring finally came here in Montana. The warm sun greens the grass like you've never seen. Good old boys buying drinks for me and my woman. Tomorrow I'll be gone 'cause it ain't home to me. Tennessee girl, won't you take me in? I'm tired of traveling, I'm tired of sin. Tennessee girl, won't you take me back again? Well, I ain't seen your eyes since I don't know when. Oh, Tennessee girl, won't you take me back again? Thank you, Mark. Yeah, you go out there around the guitar around there, don't you? Let's all get naked. What do you think?
Rick, this is a family show.
That's right. That's right. I lost my head.
That's good. All right, the title cut off of that record. By the way, Rick wrote this next song all by himself without any help from you people. All alone, back there behind the barn. He did it. He just did it.
Yeah.
Shorty, saddle up, run on into town. Pretty ladies and lots of whiskey. Don't forget to look around. By this time tomorrow morning, our empty pockets will be filled with gold. The Bank of St. Joe's, just a story to be told. 'Cause how long can you run, breaking camp from day to day? When you know the laws are coming, and it's just a mile away. Well, you've been robbing, you've been killing, it's gonna have to make you pay. Midwest man, and you know you can't get away. Riding across the plains with the fastest guns in the land. There was not one chance possible we could track the Midwest man. Robbing trains in Oklahoma and the Arkansas Wells Fargo. Midwest man, you ain't got too long to go. 'Cause how long can you run, breaking camp from day to day? When you know the laws are coming, and it's just a mile away. Well, you've been robbing, you've been killing, it's gonna have to make you pay. Midwest man, and you know you can't get away. Now he's holed up in a barn, his wrinkled face is weather burned. His trigger's getting rusty, and his spurs won't even turn. You better come out with your hands up, and you better lay your cinch gun down. Midwest man, I'm gonna put you underneath the ground. 'Cause how long can you run, breaking camp from day to day? When you know the laws are coming, and it's just a mile away. You've been robbing and you've been killing, it's gonna have to make you pay. I'm Midwest man, and you know you can't get away. Midwest man, and you know you can't get away. Midwest man, and you know you can't get away. Good cowboy song, hey. And it means so much.
One thing about that recording session is we had the pleasure to record with Vassar Clemens and Ranger Scruggs on that album. Vassar played fiddle on this next song, which is, well, you might recognize it, I'm not sure, but it was on the radio a whole bunch back in 1980. So there was this three-legged dog.
You ever figured out who shot his pop?
I mean his dad.
Get the man that shot my dad.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's near as funny. How about you, Paul?
Jubilation, gonna start a celebration. I ain't felt this good since I don't know it. Jubilation, you're a sweet sensation. You set me on fire, I'm in love again. For quite some time, my life has been a sad song, filled with empty promise and goodbye. Yesterday's behind me, I can see tomorrow. I used up my sorrows, I got no tears to cry. I give up jubilation, gonna start a celebration. I ain't felt this good since I don't know when. Jubilation, you're a sweet sensation. Set me on fire, I'm in love again. Quite some time, no one even walked away. But you and me can share a brand new love song. My fear is gone, and it's a bright new day. Jubilation, gonna start a celebration. I ain't felt this good since I don't know when. Jubilation, you're a sweet sensation. Set me on fire, I'm in love again. Anticipation never let me alone. I go crazy for your touch. Experimentation for what ails me now. And I need you oh so much. Jubilation, gonna start a celebration. I ain't felt this good since I don't know when. Jubilation, you're a sweet sensation. You set me on fire, I'm in love again. Jubilation, gonna start a celebration. I ain't felt this good since I don't know when. Jubilation, you're a sweet sensation. You set me on fire, I'm in love again. Jubilation, gonna start a celebration. I ain't felt this good since I don't know when. Jubilation, you're a sweet sensation. Set me on fire, I'm in love again. Jubilation, gonna start a celebration. I ain't felt this good since I don't know when. Jubilation, you're a sweet sensation. Set me on fire, I'm in love
Thank you, Paul. I want you to know we came all the way from Leestown to sing that song.
I hope I can find my way back.
Oh, you're not going to play another instrument, are you?
You're a harmonica holder, John. Thanks for that.
I thought it might be one of those Popeil pocket fisherman things they advertise on the old
I
television.
never get tired of that joke.
Never get tired of telling it, so obviously.
Hey, we want to thank Joe B back there running the sound. He's been with us all afternoon, working hard to get this stuff. There's a lot going on with it. If you think it's busy now, it's going to get crazy. And now, a little something to send you into break with a good feeling or not. Which is your choice. Can you dig it?